It's 2021 and capitalism is winning, forcing all of us to work tirelessly in the middle of a pandemic with death and industries collapsing all around us. Capitalism has successfully reinforced systemic racism within the cannabis industry here in Massachusetts. There has been a failure from our social equity program to address classism and systemic racism, and consumers continue to suffer with cannabis that is trash and still selling for $400 an ounce. Massachusetts Recreational Consumer Council is a BIPOC, woman, queer, and cooperatively ran nonprofit, and we stand with our communities that were disproportionately impacted by the war on drugs and are unable to afford $400 for an ounce of cannabis. Our community members are often essential workers and have been at the front line of the pandemic. Many frontline workers are also cannabis consumers and are being tossed aside for capitalism and the green rush. Our mission at Massachusetts Recreational Consumer Council is to decolonize our weed and restore our communities. What does decolonize our weed look like? It looks like having access to grow your own cannabis. It means being able to consume safely with affordable home testing. It means holding the CCC accountable for restorative justice where consumer input is part of the process. It means consumers being able to directly connect with growers, because let's be honest, everyone else are just middlemen eating off of the growers' backs. At MRCC, when we say restore our communities, we mean making marijuana charges automatically expunged. It's been legalized for 5 years, yet and still, marijuana charges still have to go through an expungement process. When we say restore our communities, we mean people with backgrounds and records stemming from the war on drugs able to obtain a cannabis license to work in the cannabis industry. We mean, when we say restore our communities, to hold our senators accountable to ensure cannabis tax revenue goes towards restorative justice for communities that have been disproportionately impacted by the war on drugs. It's been 5 years and we have made over $1 billion in cannabis sales, yet zero funds have gone towards restorative justice. At MRCC, we are doing some exciting things and want to share with you some of our new initiatives. This year, we'll be rolling out new member benefits as the year progresses. We're about keeping things affordable, so our member tiers will stay at a nick, a dime, half a tray, and trays. Different quantities will unlock different benefits. For just a nick, you're going to unlock benefits for cannabis consumer products. You'll also be supporting our Artist Advocacy Residency Program, the launch of our MRCC podcast, and other restorative justice initiatives. At our higher tiers, we will be rolling out cooperative advocacy and education, as well as our Grow to Consume advocacy and education, along with a product box. 2020 was a year of a lot of growth for us, and MRCC team members went from just consumers to consumers and growers. We practice honoring the plant, learning its natural growth cycles, and consuming responsibly. The truth of the matter is, once you grow your own, you'll realize you don't need fancy packages. Going forward into 2021, we will continue to elevate growers and connect them directly to consumers. We're also very passionate about the very real harms of capitalism and the conditions workers are being treated in the cannabis industry. It's been 5 years of witnessing sexual abuse, sexual assault, LGBTQ discrimination, and an industry that is majority white, cisgender men cornering the industry and paying the majority of staff unlivable wages. Why should one person make millions and you get $15 an hour when it's your labor that's putting food in these millionaires' mouths? Our answer to this is twofold. We will be launching a corporate social responsibility program. To our cannabis workers, we hear your voices, we hear your cries, and we are locking arms with you. Accountability is the only way forward. We believe in the power of people and believe in more than just unions. We believe in cooperative practices to create a more democratic workplace. Remember, capitalism will not save you, and you cannot be anti-racist if you are not anti-capitalist. For systemic racism is the white, supremacist, patriarchal, capitalistic system. You cannot pick and choose which part of the system you want to let go and deem yourself anti-racist, for the whole system is complicit. We must learn a new way of life, and the cannabis plant is a magical plant. The next era will require creativity, hope, community, and uplifting of those around us. All of those things happen when you puff on a J. So roll one up and join the movement. We look forward to seeing you in these streets. And remember, a community that grows together restores together.